Hello everyone and welcome back to Make Your Mind. This is the latest Subnautica-based sculpture showcase. Now today, we're going to be dealing with one of the most fearless creatures in the entire game. This thing is literally scared of nothing. And why should it be? It has one of the most formidable defenses in the entire game. Now you probably noticed these two things. These are stands that I have just sitting right here, two pieces of clay that I have made. Mainly because the figure that's going to sit on here, it has so many different parts on it that I have to sit it up or else it will not sit up right. And you probably know where this is going if you've played the game before, but if not, then allow me to introduce what was formerly known as the Shocker, but is now known as... the Ampiel. Holy crap, look at this thing. This thing is absolutely fearless. You can find this in the bulbous zone. You can find these swimming around near the dunes. There are so many different areas that you can find this creature. And according to the wiki, the Ampiel is an aggressive fauna species found dwelling in the bulb zone and the blood kelp zone. Those are the two places you'll normally find it. And these things are big, by the way. They do deal quite a bit of damage. Zapping noises can be heard when found around the Ampiel. And when it uses its electrical attacks against other life forms, its shocking attack deals 15 damage to the player's health, and its bite will take away 45. Even with those tiny teeth, yeah, this thing is formidable. So you gotta be very careful around this thing. It'll also damage any of your vehicles, including the Cyclops. This thing will attack literally everything. I mean, even if a Reaper gets close, it'll shock it. The Ampiels are segmented, they're serpentine. They have this almost paddle-like tail in the back. It essentially has these 4 prongs, and then its head has 6 prongs. As you can see, it's got 4 on either side, and then 2 in the front that it actually uses to shock its items that it consumes. Whether it be prey, or whether it be pieces of another predator. So you do truly have to be careful when around these things. But here, let me go ahead and put you on the stand real quick. There we go, there's the Ampiel. Actually, to keep this thing all together, I have a couple of toothpicks holding it in. Just so, because these little individual segments, it's very cold in my room, so these segments, it's very hard to keep them together. But this thing, man, this thing is one of the more scary creatures because it can shock you at range. Only at a slight range, though. Maybe only about 5 feet or so when you're around the creature. If it hits you with an arc, it can then shock you. But the Ampiel swims around passively and frequently reorients themselves to swim in another direction. It generates electrical arcs that run along its body from head to tail. The Ampiel will enter an aggressive state when the player approaches it, generating an electrical barrier that surrounds the entire body by using all of its prongs at once. It does like a spiral pattern around it as well. It's a really cool look. Generating an electrical barrier that surrounds the entire body by using all of its prongs at once. It then may try to zap or bite the player. And, oh, and by the way, shout out real quick to the YouTuber, the YouTube channel UltravioletMango. He actually suggested that I do the Ampiel, and in an earlier video, he suggested that I do this too. The River Prowler. This was a fun one to do. And if you want to see that video, I will leave a title card right up here, right on the top right. You see that? Right up there? There it is. Click on that if you want to see the video that I did on the River Prowler. But yeah, thank you to the YouTube channel UltravioletMango for suggesting these. Because these two creatures are very similar, but also very different in many ways. That Ampiel, man, this thing is formidable. It's like a giant taser fortress, this thing. Look at that. This thing is so crazy looking. Look at that. All those different prongs. Look at that crossing. That's so crazy. Alright, and if you like videos like this, go ahead and remember to leave a like down below. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss the next video. I got more of these Subnautica sculpture videos coming, because there is a lot of creatures to talk about in both the games, the regular Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. And also a shout out to the YouTuber UltravioletMango. He is that channel is a part of the team that's actually making the Gargantuan Leviathan. And as everyone knows, especially if you follow my channel, I've been doing the Gargantuan Leviathan Sculpture 2.0. And part 3, the final part, is coming sooner than you think, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And with that, thank you so much for watching this sculpture showcase. I will see you on the next one.